Last night I fell asleep, so I gotta make this video in the morning. I was trying to get up extra early. I fell asleep at 11, woke up at 4, took my shower, blah. So it was really dark outside, looking all what it looks like. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go in the park. That way we don't get disturbed by the cars. Alright, here we go. Yesterday was the first day of school. I got something to talk about that, but it won't be in this video. It'll be in next week's video. We're gonna talk about last week, Wednesday. So I went to my last school's closing ceremony, and usually I don't go to those because they fall outside of my contract. So unless I'm at the school, there's no reason for me to go. And usually the school doesn't invite me, so it's like that. But this year, when I told them I'm not coming back, they're all like, "Oh my gosh!" and you should say goodbye to the students. So I was like, okay, because I was with these kids for a while, and I would like to say an official goodbye to everyone at one time. Because we're not allowed to tell the kids we're not coming back, because some kids might be all like, "Ah!" So we just kind of have to dip, just bounce out of there without even saying goodbye. So yeah, I went to the school, right? And I walked into the teacher's room, as I always do. But when I got in there, I didn't recognize anyone. Even my desk was gone. It didn't have the stuff there anymore. It felt like I was in a whole new world. Wait, pause. So someone was asking me, how do you talk to yourself? How can you talk? Well, how can I don't know how they said it, but how can you talk to yourself outside? Oh, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to you. Or, that's one way, crazy people talk to themselves. Geniuses talk to themselves. Crazy geniuses. That's me, right? A real crazy genius. So that's 2. 3, I mean, if you do it long enough, then it becomes kind of a habit. 4, since I don't write down these things, these are not scripted, I usually practice first to know what I want to say, and then I make the video and get into it. 5, I don't care. I did this in the States. We'd be walking home from work or walking to school, and I was rapping. Maybe that's the biggest thing. If you go to the other channel, Messi Pro 1, that's youtube.com/Messi Pro 1, spelled as it sounds with a number 1 at the end. You'll see me rapping in the streets. That's basically me with some headphones rapping. So if you could do that, you could talk. No problem. All right, where were we? Back to the story. So I walk in there. It's not the same classroom. It's not the same homeroom. And then one of the teachers recognizes me, and he's like, "Hey, come on." So he takes me into this other room. I like the school I was at, but that's how it always was. I never knew what was going on. I just show up, and you just gotta kind of figure things out. So anyway, I'm in this other room. There's about 19 teachers that are leaving the school, including myself. I kind of felt good, because I don't want to be the only one being kicked out. But in Japan, it's typical, people rotate. At this school, only 2 teachers were there for 9 years, and then I was there for 8 months. And then there was someone else who took over for someone who had a baby that was like 5 months. So yeah. So we're sitting in there, and the one teacher's like, "Hey, you're going to give your speech?" I'm like, "What speech?" Because no one told me about speech. I was thinking I'm going to go up there and... But I'm prepared for this kind of thing, because that's how the school was. So the first time we have to give a speech in front of the teachers in the teachers room. The new teachers, old teachers. So there's 19 of us. So we line up, the longest to the shortest. I was the last one. And then the teachers start giving their speeches. Hey, blah, 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 blah. So the first teacher for 9 years, the second teacher of 9 years who gave a speech that was like 20 minutes. There's 19 of us, 20 minutes. And then in the middle one, the teacher started tearing up. And I thought it was amusing. And then finally me, and I was thinking, what could I say? And I was just like, we have great students because we have great teachers. Something profound, make everyone feel warm and fuzzy. So then we go back. So I was at the end, and they're like, all right, go back. I should go back. I'm like, go back where? I don't know where we're going. But we went back to the same room. And then I'm sitting in the room, I'm talking to some teachers. And then next we have to give another speech in front of all the students. Or at least the second year and the third years. The first years technically don't know us, so they didn't have to come. So we're in the auditorium. We're on the stage, 19 of us. And we're sitting down, and again, the same order. First teacher gives their speech. But in this way, it's the teacher's name is called, they stand up. Some students come, they read some speech that's, I guess all the students write it, or one student writes on behalf of the homeroom, I'm not sure. Then they give the teacher flowers, and then the teacher will give some speech like this. So 19 people. Of course, the second guy, again, he gives a 30-minute speech. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. You see that right there. They want to know what watch I got. This is a guess watch. You probably can't see it, but it said 30 minutes has passed when he started and when he ended. And he started going on to Bushido. For those of you who know what Bushido is. I studied it in MBA. And it's pretty deep, man. So I don't know where he was going with that. But he did say one of the students went to the States for like study abroad, and he gave them a Bushido book to carry the way. But anyway, so we're going down the line, and then halfway through, because I thought only the main teachers would get the flowers and a little speech, and us kind of only been there for like 2-minute teachers would just get a name, bow, and we're done. But then finally we got halfway through, and it seemed everyone's getting a little speech and flowers and get to say some words. So I started thinking, what should I say? Because I didn't prepare for this, I didn't know. Of course, you can always ask questions. That's something I don't do so often. I'm not a question asker. But either way, whatever floats your boat. So we're getting down there, and again, the middle teachers start crying, and the students start crying, and tears are flowing, and I'm like sitting there thinking, well, I'm not gonna cry, because whatever. But then I started looking around, and I saw this one teacher, this really big teacher, not a gym teacher, but he always played sports with kids. And his eyes are all red. Maybe he had allergies, but he's all off to the side. He's not even giving a speech, just kind of off to the side, looking all sad. So I'm looking at him, I'm looking at the students, I'm looking at the teachers, and all these tears are flowing, and all of a sudden, one just starts to trickle down. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. I was just telling someone the other day, like, I ain't crying at these events. Not me. Because, as I said, I only been there for like 8 months. So I technically don't really know anybody to be all like emotional. Although I'm an emotional person at times. But so now it's down to like 5 people, 4 people, and then my face is just brown. Well, not brown, more like a ticka. And I can't stop it because I'm starting to think, I'm never going to see these kids again, and we had a great year, and I would love to see them grow up to become English-speaking, productive members of society, and know that I had a little piece of that, and I'm never going to see them. Never. It's over. It's gone. Forever. It's kind of sad, So I'm all like, again, tickle. And I'm trying to use my strategy. Anytime I want to get back on focus or whatever, I always spit rhyme, say the Wu-Tang Forever first verse with Inspect the Deck. It goes something like this. It goes, I bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't describe how we drop in these mockeries. Lyrically performed armed robberies. Flee with the lottery. Possibly they spotted me. So I do that all the time. That's my focus song. It's like 10 years old. More than 10 years. So I was trying to do that, but it wasn't working. Tears kept flowing. Boom, boom, boom. So now the next person goes up. And now they call my name. I stand up, and now it's just like a waterfall. And then the student comes up. So all these speeches that the students were giving so far were in Japanese. So then this student comes up and she gives it in English. And she's like, oh, you were such a great teacher, and we really love you, and I'm gonna miss you. And then I'm start crying, and she starts crying, and the girl who's holding the flowers, she starts crying, and it's all like, I don't know, it's like that. It was just weird. So then I give my speech, and I'm just like, I don't like giving goodbyes, but I have to, so goodbye. Yeah, I could talk to YouTube or perform or give speeches for like 20 years. Giving speeches, I'm not a talkative person in person. So my speech was like 10 seconds. I don't like giving speeches. I don't like saying goodbye. Good luck. And goodbye. And that was it. And I was just looking up there because there's all these windows. Big building. So I'm sure someone's like, who is that guy out there? But I got this green hat. I'm camouflaged. They can't see me. All right. So then we go back down, we got our flowers, and then we have to walk through the students to get out of the auditorium, the gym. Although auditorium and gym are not the same, but in Japan they are. They use the same space for both gym activities and these events. So we're walking through, all the students make a little row, and they're all goodbye. And I'm all shaking some hands, but trying not to make any eye contact because I don't want them to see that I'm crying. So I get to the end, and I see some of the third-year boys, and they're like, oh, shake us hands, shake our hands. So I go to shake their hands, and as I shake the last kid's hand, he goes, big penis. And I'm like almost out. I was like, what? What'd you say? He's like, no, nothing. Yeah. That's the last, we had this wonderful touching moment, and that's the last memory I'm gonna have of that school. Big penis. Then it brings it back to, that's what they always say in every school, which makes me like, I don't even want to talk to these kids because but anyway, that was that. And then as I said, I don't like giving goodbye, so I just kind of dipped out of there. I didn't really say goodbye to teachers, but I do hate goodbyes, because I'm never going to see these teachers again. It's not like, oh, give me your email or add me on Facebook, because even if we do, we're still not going to talk, because that's just how it is. It's a lonely life for Ryman Gaijin. A life of solitary. Yeah. All right, so that's the video for this week. Hope you liked it. All right, so be safe, and yeah, that's it. Rhyming.